Yeah, so after this, we're gonna have another new open micers, new stand-up comedian who just does his very first performance. His name is Ben. He's from England. He's bald, so you will see and you will hear from his accent. You're gonna see a new trailer for Jason Statham movie after this. Please welcome Mr. Ben!
Hello. So I've been in Bali 9 months. I came down from China to escape coronavirus there, which didn't really work. So I'm stuck here now. But I've been in China 15 years. 这里有人会说中文吗? Yeah. If you don't speak Chinese, I just said who likes to suck duck dick. So there's a couple just there. And she said, I noticed your tattoo. Actually, that's what that says in Chinese. Sorry to break that to you at a comedy gig. But no, I've been living in Asia a long time. I love Asia. One of my favourite things to do is to go for a massage. And I remember the story of my first ever massage. So I go in, I've never had a massage in Asia before, and say, take off your clothes. All of them? Yeah, all of them. And put your face in the hole. What's in the hole? I don't know about this. Anyway, the massage starts, and it's very nice, and about halfway through, and there's a turnover, and they do the, and sort of pretend like they're not looking. And then they do the, I feel a bit like a table, like they're going to put a bottle of wine and a couple of glasses and a candle, maybe bring out some bruschetta. Anyway, so I'm lying there, and stood behind me, and massage is getting a bit personal. Quite. I look around and I'm like, is it normal to get an erection? And he says, yeah, no, it's completely normal. And the massage gets a bit further, and I'm like, are you sure it's all right to get an erection? And he's like, yeah, no, it's nothing to worry about. And I'm like, it's just that every time you lean over, I can feel it digging into the back of my head. It's not an entirely true story. He couldn't speak English, I couldn't speak Chinese, and I had to have that whole conversation just using my hands, which is awkward, to be fair. Another first time I slept with an Asian girl, Chinese girl for me, and this is a true story. This isn't a joke, which is going to be unfortunate for both of us. So I was backpacking around China, and I met a teen pop star. Now, to be fair, when I met her, she was no longer a teenager. She was closer to 30. And when I say pop star, she sold a lot of tapes in the early 90s in a certain area of Guangdong. And anyway, it's going well. We have a few drinks, and we go back to hers. And she's very forward, and she says, take your clothes off. And I know about this from the massage. So I had to take my clothes off, and there's no hole to put my head in yet. And so I'm stood there naked, and she looks at me, and she's sweating, and she sort of tips her head like this, like she's looking at fine art in an art gallery. And so I stood there and I'm like, yeah, fine art gallery, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio here. And then she straightens her head and she looks at me sort of like she's going to haggle. And I'm thinking, well, this isn't a very good situation to be in a negotiation. And she She says, and I swear to God this is true, she goes, average. And at first I'm like, well, average is all right, but what kind of average? Average for a white guy or average for an Asian guy? How do you know? Well, maybe she doesn't mean average at all. Maybe she's just trying to be nice. Maybe it's a compliment. Like, you know, when you tell a girl she's got amazing breasts, but really you mean she's got nipples like sausages, but you don't want to ruin the moment and spoil your chance of having sex. So yeah. So then, but I don't want to be put off because, you know, I've still got a chance to have sex. You know, that's what so now it's my turn. So I'm like, take your clothes off. So she takes her clothes off, and I'm like, well, how can I, you know, how do I get my own back here? And I don't know much about sort of how to measure, but I know about cars. So I sort of pull the bush back. There's a lot of bush. Pull the bush back, and then sort of kind of like a dipstick, and I sort of have a look, and I sort of pull it out, and I'm like a average. The problem is now, she's never been called average before. She used to be a pop star, and so I've offended her genitals. She's offended my genitals, and let's just face it, it doesn't go very well from there. And I can only really sort of describe what happened next. It was a little bit like trying to squeeze a McDonald's cheeseburger inside another McDonald's cheeseburger. So it's a bunch of the story. So I still haven't slept with a local girl. So if there's any Russians that you know, like a massage or to go for a happy meal, come and see me after the show. That's all I've got for you. Thank you very much.
You did great. Give it up for Ben. Come on, you can do better than that. You can do it. Great. All right, now is your moment. Anyone in the audience has an offensive joke? Oh yeah, you always.